Hey kids, what's happening? We're back in business with the GoPro. No more shaky cell phone videos. I got the new computer, the Dell, and that thing works like lightning. It's a top of the line brand new Dell tower computer, not a laptop, you know, the kind that has the monitor and the keyboard and the whole thing. And boy, is it quick. I mean, I click and bam, whatever I open, it's there right now. So I'm liking it. I'm trying to get used to it. Like with any new technology, you know, even when you get a new cell phone, it takes a while to get used to all the new icons and stuff. So I'm still working on that. But I got my editing program downloaded on there, and I haven't tried it yet with the GoPro, but I think it's going to work. I have used the other camera too, my Sony digital camera that I used to use a lot for videos. Mostly I've just been using the GoPro now, but I tried putting my editing program for the Sony onto the new computer, but it's 2014, so it's a little outdated and it wouldn't work. So now I'm up to get a new editing program. I'd like to find one that's 4K, you know, or really high resolution editing program that I can edit GoPro videos on and my Sony digital camera. So if you guys are used editing programs, something in the medium range, it doesn't have to be like a pro editing program, but I don't just want the basic one, you know, the free download. I want something a little better than that too. So if anybody has any ideas or suggestions for me, I would surely appreciate it. Let's get to the video though today. And I'm going to talk about shifting. How do you shift your bike? Now years ago, when I used to ride a dirt bike, I had a 250 Yami motocrosser. And, you know, it had the clutch and the shift lever, which they call a toe shifter. It's just one shift lever sticking out with the rubber pin on it to tap down or toe up. But when you're doing motocross and you're racing, the interesting thing is you don't want to use the clutch. You just let off the throttle, bang the gear down, and crack the throttle open again. There's a reason for that, because like this 250 I had so much torque when it hit that power band. If you're in the middle of shifting and you're releasing the clutch with your left hand, it could actually like pull your hand right off the handlebar, and you'd either go over, you know, on your rear end or lose control real easily. So you wanted, you know, a full grip on that handlebar all the time, and you didn't want to be clutching, so you just hung on and you just kind of like sink through the gears, just let off the throttle, click her down, and keep on going. And it was, you know, you could race that way. You can probably do it with any kind of a motorcycle to some extent, but you have to be careful because it's a good way to rip your gears out. You're better off to use a clutch. Now, there's two different kind of shifters. There's a toe shifter, which is just the one single pin that you know, either clicks up or down, or you have the heel toe shifter. I've got a Harley Fat Boy. It's got the here's the heel and here's the toe shifter. So a lot of bikes only have this toe shifter. They don't have this heel shifter. So it's really going to depend on what kind of motorcycle you're riding, because some of them are different. They're not all the same. Some of them may even shift a little different. So there's some variations to it. Some of them shift on the left side, some of them shift on the right side of the motorcycle, depending on the make, model, year of the bike. But I suppose if you're riding and you're used to whatever you have, then you're good to go. If I was to get on your bike though, I might get a little confused if it's a little different. The way I shift mine, and a lot of them are like this, you're going to put your foot on top of the front toe shifter and click down one time for first gear. If you click it up half a click, That's neutral. And then you click it up second, third, fourth, fifth, and sometimes you go up to sixth. And then you put your foot on top of it to go back down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a half a click up for neutral again. Now, in my years of riding this fat boy, I real quick picked up the heel-toe shift. So when I'm shifting up, instead of, I'll always, do the click down for first gear. Once I start rolling, I just have a habit of clicking through the gears with my heel. And I use my toe to drop down gears. I love that. I love that heel-toe shifter. Now, I can't really tell you why I've always done it that way. I know a lot of guys will have that, dent in across the toe of their boot for shifting with the, putting their foot underneath there and pulling up on it when they shift. You won't see that on my shoe because I always use the heel to shift up through gears. I'm always using my heel. And then I just, when I downshift, I just set my foot on top there and downshift. It's easy for me, and I like it that way. I don't know, it's just something I got used to. So I don't know what your guys' bikes are like, how you shift. I would like to hear some of the differences in shift patterns. And I know even some of the older bikes have the foot clutch, which is kind of neat. And the shifter has an extension that runs up to I don't know, they used to call them a suicide shift, where you got to let go and shift with your hand. So, hey, if you ride one of those, let me know, and let me know how you like it. I guess it's like anything, you get used to it, and it works well for you. So that's my deal with shifting today and the different types. There's the 2 different types of shift levers. Well, actually 3, because we just added the suicide shift or the stick shift. This picture that I drew back in the early 1970s, it shows the shifter there. It is a 1947 FL knucklehead, and they had that shifter there, so kind of neat. Well, we're moving into riding season here pretty soon. It's coming up in the middle of March. You wouldn't believe it if I told you, but everything here was covered with a couple inches of snow this morning. Temperature's gone up enough today, though, that it's melted off. But as usual, they salted the roads last night, so my scooter ain't going out today. It's still a little chilly, so I just might hang out and work here in the man cave today and get some stuff done. I'm starting to finish up my closet doors here. I had to resize each one of these. They were, I think they were about 3.5 inches too wide, so I actually had to disassemble each one, trim them, and glue them back together. That job's almost done. I just have some refinishing to do. And it's warm enough in here with the sun shining. Like I told you guys, it's 53 degrees in the garage right now. And it's so cool because if you come over here and put your hand on this, it is warm to the touch. I mean, it's like a heater. The sun's hitting the outside, it's dark brown, and it produces enough heat that it makes it warm in here. So I might hang out in here today. I'm going to crank up the stereo, some country tunes, and get some stuff done. So until next time, cats, I will catch you later. Ride hard and die free.